an opportunity to even overcome fibromyalgia. And you can overcome fibromyalgia. But probably the most difficult thing about having fibromyalgia is that after years and years of having this complex illness, you get beat down. You go to doctors who don't understand fibromyalgia, may not even believe fibromyalgia exists. And oftentimes you're told you're lazy, crazy, or it's all in your head. Or you go to support group meetings, or you search on social media, you see these posts about how terrible fibromyalgia is and that you can't ever overcome it. Once you get it, you can't ever overcome it. And nothing can be further from the truth. After being in practice, specializing fibromyalgia and other complex medical conditions for over 25 years, using functional medicine, high doses, but the right doses and combinations of vitamins, minerals, amino acids, essential fatty acids, shoring up nutritional and hormonal deficiencies, and using specialized testing to uncover the underlying causes of your chronic illness, in particular fibromyalgia, yes, you have an opportunity certainly to feel better. But so many people, and I totally understand, they've been to numerous doctors, whether it's in conventional medicine or they've been to integrative natural practitioners, even functional medicine practitioners, who may say they treat fibromyalgia, or may, if you're a general practitioner and you go to he or she, and they tell you, oh yeah, well you've got fibromyalgia, and they give you the recommendations. But typically, if you go to the conventional route, it's going to be one drug after the next. And what we know is that over a 15-year period, drug therapy alone, the common drugs that they recommend, whether that's Lyrica, gabapentin, Neurontin, Savilla, Cymbalta, and other medications, uh, they don't work, at least not long term. In fact, people get worse year after year on these medications. And that's not to step on anybody's toes. There's a lot of great doctors, a lot of caring doctors who want to be helpful, and you may have one yourself. But he or she, if they're not specializing in fibromyalgia, if they've not had the privilege, I call it a privilege, to have worked with thousands of fibromyalgia patients, they don't really understand the complex nature of helping somebody with fibromyalgia overcome it. Now, it's not easy. It takes work. It is definitely a complex illness, both for the practitioner and for the patient. For the practitioner, he or she needs to be dedicated to becoming a detective and figuring out where you're broken down and how to fix it. There's underlying causes for your symptoms, and everybody's fibromyalgia is a little bit different. That's what makes it so complex. But when you go to a practitioner and he or she tells you, oh, yeah, we're going to give you this drug or we're going to give you this supplement, that's not going to get it done. And so you may have tried this over the years and you never felt better, so you just give up. And what really kind of puts the flag in the, in the ground, of this propaganda, you get on social media, and now, after coming back after retirement, after 35 years in practice, 25 years specializing in chronic illness, writing books about fibromyalgia and cardiovascular disease, and other books, what I see is on social media, there's such a mindset of doom and gloom. You can't get on social media. And once you click on one of these, and I do, just to see, what are people saying about fibromyalgia they're posting out there. And there's several different ones: Fibro blog, Fibro blog, Fibro woman, Fibro warrior, whatever it is. And all their posts are about how terrible fibromyalgia is, how terrible this condition is, and that you can never overcome it. You can't be cured. I have helped thousands of patients overcome their fibromyalgia over the last 25 years. Now, that doesn't mean that they're 100% superhuman people. I mean, they still have illnesses and they periodically have flares. However, the difference between overcoming fibromyalgia and learning to live with it, what doctors tell you, and giving up, is that the people that I've worked with who've been able to overcome their fibromyalgia have been able to get their life back. Learning to live with fibromyalgia is not living, it's existing. There's a big difference. So, yes, my patients still have achy pain sometimes. They still have problems with low energy, but their life is not being driven by their fibromyalgia. Their fibromyalgia has gone into remission. The only way you can reverse your fibromyalgia is to get healthy. And I know that sounds so simplistic, but it's the only way. And the only way you can get healthy is to find and fix the underlying causes of your unique fibromyalgia. Fibromyalgia is just a name given to a group of symptoms that people have in common: diffuse achy pain, sometimes disabling pain, nerve pain, fibro fog, brain fog, problems with fatigue, anxiety, depression, irritable bowel syndrome. These are all common symptoms, which are no more than warning signs that something's gone wrong in your body. And taking a drug or a supplement and expecting that to correct that is not going to do it. It's going to take a very um, uh, thorough protocol of testing, figuring out where you're broken down, and then seeing where your hormonal deficiencies are, nutritional deficiencies are, helping you wean off potentially life-robbing medications that aren't helping and actually making you feel worse. Of course, with fibromyalgia, you don't know. And doctors are trying to help you. They want to be helpful, so they're recommending, a new drug every time you go back every 6 months or so, trying to find something that will give you some relief. But it doesn't work, and you know that. So I understand why people, after years of trying different things and going to different doctors, they finally get so beat down they lose hope. But the first step, the most important step for your healing journey, is not to lose hope and realize that, yes, you can feel better. Again, it's not easy. It's not easy. The patients that I've worked with who have overcome their fibromyalgia, and you can see their testimonials, their success stories on my website, yourfibrodoctor.com. If you click up on the top right-hand side of that website, you'll see testimonials, and you'll see videos, and you'll see, you can listen to audios, people who call in. These are real people that I have been able to help and have been able to overcome their fibromyalgia and continue to do well to this day. Again, they, like everybody, they have aches and pains, and they have days where they don't feel as good as they, would like to. But the majority of the time, fibromyalgia is not an issue. It doesn't rob them of life. It doesn't cause them to have to live with anything. And they're actually living life. Now, there's going to be some folks who are going to want to post on here and tell me that, that you can't do it, and, that I don't know what I'm talking about. Well, I'm going to delete your comments, because this is not for you. These are for people that are sitting on the fence that may think, maybe I can do something, or for people who are proactive that are looking for some answers. If that's you, then I want to encourage you, look at all the free resources that I have in my website, yourfibrodoctor.com, and also look at my YouTube channel, superhealthyhuman.com, for free videos that go into detail about some of the protocols that I've used with my patients. Again, if you check out the success stories, they're no different than you are. Many of them are probably worse than you. And they, through hard work and determination and following my protocols, things that I suggested as we work together, were able to get their life back. Don't give up. Please, life is too short to just learn to live with it. I don't believe God put us here to be miserable. Our bodies are healing dynamos. We have a new liver every 6 weeks. Our cells are always turning over. We have the surface cells that contact food are turned over every 5 minutes. We have a new stomach lining every 4 or 5 months. Everything is changing in the body. We're breaking down bone and we're building up bone. We cut our finger, it mends itself. We break a bone, it mends itself. We have this healing dynamo inside of us, an innate God-given healing ability. We just need to tap into that healing ability and find and fix the underlying causes of your problems that are creating your symptoms. And again, symptoms are warning signs. That's all they are. Find the causes of the warning signs, fix those, and as you do, your health starts to improve. Now it's going to take changes to your lifestyle, changes to your diet, probably weaning off potentially harmful medications, adding nutraceuticals or high doses of vitamins, minerals, amino acids that create the hormones the body needs. In some cases, it's going to be hormone replacement therapy, whether that's thyroid or cortisol or DHEA, melatonin, whatever it is. There's all sorts of resources that can be used to correct these underlying issues. But please, please don't give up. The number one stumbling block for most people with fibromyalgia is they just give up, and they buy into this mentality that once you have fibromyalgia, you can never overcome it. And that's just not true. Check out all the resources at yourfibrodoctor.com and superhealthyhuman.com on YouTube.